A very good morning to you from wherever you're listening across the world. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM. Check your time, it's 6:31 a.m. Time for conversation with Dayo and Tola. I am Oladayo Ogunbowale.
I'm Tola Tediba. Good morning.
All right. Today is the 7th day of the 9th month of the year 2020, 2020. And of course, if you're just tuning in, this is how we'll do the program Mondays through Saturdays, right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Conversation with Dayo and Tola is a newspaper review program with top-notch analysis, and of course, you, our audience, get to contribute to the program in due course. It's a network program, which means we're broadcasting live on the radio network of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, right out of our Iliakide Orita Bashoro Ibadan studios, and also coming to you live via sister stations to it, Agility 92.1 FM and Okyogun 96.3 FM. A very big good morning and Monday morning to all our online audience, wherever you're connecting from, whichever part of the world, Europe, America, Russia, Finland. Someone sent me a WhatsApp message last night. Was looking for how he can connect to People's Parliament. I said, where's People's Parliament? Said, I know that he connects with conversation with them. I said, okay, Finland. All right. So facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM, and of course Twitter at Oluyole FM. Those two platforms were streaming live. You can watch going on in the studio. Of course, you see our faces. Okay, so check us out also on Instagram at Oluyole 98.5 FM, Radio Garden, and of course the online radio platform mixler.com/Oluyole FM. This year's website remains the same: www.bcos.tv/listen. I'll take that again: www.bcos.tv/listen. That gives you an opportunity to listen to us audio only. Okay, so you can tune in right now. Facebook and Twitter, go ahead, drop your comments ahead of time under the live stream, and if you're tweeting, do well to use hashtag conversation so we can easily pick out your comment for others to hear you out. We'll go straight to the papers. I have a copy of the Punch newspaper.
Yes, I have a copy of the Nigerian Tribune.
Major headline right here: COVID-19 pandemic. Experts warn of massive surge as Nigerians abandon face masks. So riders, supporters abandon wearing face masks, don't observe social distancing at campaigns. That's the Nigerian Medical Association there, and they expect more troubles. Tomori, shunning safety protocols dangerous, says virologists. Details of that on page 2 of the Punch newspaper.
Partly what we discussed on People's Parliament.
Exactly.
People letting down their guard.
COVID-19 has not gone. And there's no vaccine in Nigeria yet. At least. Please stay safe.
How we spend 30.5 billion naira in 4 months to fight COVID-19, says federal government. That's on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune.
I don't know if you saw that memo that leaked from customs, claiming that there might be, cells.
Terrorist camps in Abuja.
Well, Akadue, we are prepared to foil terror attack on FCT, says the defense headquarters. What do you for commercial break? When we're back, more headlines. Don't go anywhere. Bye bye, my pikin. I never reach for that one.
Okay, I beg make you help us buy mango and garden egg combo.
This no be the season. I know the market. Say you sabi sell everything for life getting in time.
I sabi that one.
Why you come dey ask for wetin you no say no for?
No worry, make you just go where you dey go. When you come back, we go sit down talk.
Make we dey talk am now before I come out.
You been a talk say you go want make we rest small after this pikin wey we born.
I talk am because of the thing wey elder been tell me about childbirth spacing.
Yes, so na true. Auntie nurse talk say e go help my body rest well before I carry another belle.
Don't worry yourself, my dear.
See as belle dey sweet me say we dey talk about this matter.
No forget say anyone wey you choose for childbirth spacing matter dey safe and you fit trust am. Oya waka go any health center wey get the green dot logo to get full informate on childbirth spacing services. This message na the Federal Ministry of Health and support from American people carry am come.
So got to know you there. Still conversation with Dayo and Tola, coming to you live from Oluyole 98.5 FM. If I want to break, I took a major headline right here. We are prepared to foil terror attack on FCT, says the defense headquarters. That's on page 18 of the Punch newspaper.
And also there are customs memo on Boko Haram in FCT. Police, DHQ say no cause for alarm and will be on investigation on authenticity of report, says customs.
All right.
Page 2 from the Nigerian Tribune.
It's okay. At least we were warned. Interpol arrests 2 men for 14 million euros PPE contract fraud. These guys want from Nigerians. They wanted to defraud a state in a particular country in Europe. Some people are. Page 13 of the Punch newspaper.
About toxic waste allegedly kills 3 in Ondo Forest Reserve. That's on page 30 of Nigerian Tribune. I don't know where that came from.
Wow.
Where we heard of a dumping of toxic waste. The cocoa.
Exactly.
In
Delta State. And it was even foreigners now. It was not us. So now we are doing ourselves now. Okay. All right. We'll be all right. Money spraying at Buhari's daughter's wedding sparks debate. Page 8 of the newspaper. I'm not sure you saw that video where they were spraying an hand. Of course, there was no social distancing. Because the sprayer and the spraying, everybody was.
But how do such videos get into the public? Because
these days of mobile phones. I mean, somebody will want to show that. Me too. I want to. I the last party. You understand?
But I believe they ought to have. If they are going to do that at all, I believe they ought to have taken care of the possibility of such a video leaking to the public space, unless they don't care.
Or they just want you to actually see it.
I want us to see that they don't care what you think or feel.
Why all of us are shouting about fuel price and it's a different word for different people.
The Baba himself should have been a little more discreet about such things. He should have been.
Tola, he may not be aware, so yes. Alright, so he might just also see it in the papers too. Money spraying at Buhari's daughter's wedding sparks debate. Page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
Alright, no scarcity in local silo concessionaire seeks quota for importation. 5,000 metric tons not enough for poultry farmers, says Poultry Association of Nigeria. Over 5% of silos empty. That's come from a grain storage expert. And federal government said that the silo leased to private farm.
So there's nothing there. That's the point now. There's nothing in the Ibadan silo. Because as far as federal government is concerned, they are not in direct ownership. They've leased it out. So what you see there, yes, may belong to the federal government, but the content is not for them. So it's a private firm that owns the content, and in short, there's nothing belonging to the federal government in that silo.
The poultry farmers have in recent times, they've really been crying out. They're not really having the best of times.
But you may not see it from the angle. I have a number of friends that are poultry farmers. People are looking forward to getting grains from that particular silo. You know that you're not church axis. You understand? That's what I'm getting. A lot of people are looking forward, since Mr. President has given the order that we should be able to get, all the feed mills. In fact, there are some strategic feed mills in that axis that are already looking forward to, okay, it's a matter of maybe we write to the necessary agencies and access grants. What we are being told now is that, sorry, nothing for you. Maybe some other silos in some other places, but definitely not that one. And if you look at the size of that silo, you would have expected that this at least should suffice for, if not months.
I know many a times at dawn, you see trailers and monkeys of trailers waiting to discharge their contents, and at the silos, the one at the other end.
Exactly.
Like you said, the poultry farmers would have been looking for
it's just normal. Since they read that Mr. President has given the order, the normal thing is the expectation will be, okay, at least we should be able to get something from here, from government. Now we just had, in fact I was surprised here to see this. It filtered in yesterday that it's a private firm that is running the place. Wow. It is well.
That's perhaps the reason we've been seeing those trailers.
They are definitely not government. Wow. Well, I know the 5,000 will come. They are saying it may not be enough, but let's see how far it goes. It's Monday. Let's be optimistic. A federal government has begun investigating P&ID bribe takers. That's Attorney General of the Federation. Page 2 of the Punch newspaper. You know some names, so I hope we are not leaving some people out.
Well, unless for the fact that the London courts virtually on Nigeria's jugular, I would have been able to say that the PRD investigation on the part of Nigeria might also go the same way. The Chinese loan investigation and
we just at the end of the day.
Okay. Because the dragnet, the net continues to widen as to man who may be involved in this bribery scandal. So that's why I don't whether pessimistic about the whole thing. But like I said, because the UK those countries are still on our necks, perhaps the government would do the needful.
Well, based on the last court proceeding, there's an option of out-of-court settlement. That's where I think this is in my head. Okay, don't worry, let's settle, and that might just be the, but let's see how it goes, because somebody said, the UK government, they are human beings. That's the truth, and there's nowhere where some things don't happen. So if that works out, they just might, because some big names are being fingered here, and
the federal government definitely doesn't want to upset the apple cart.
Exactly. So some horse trading might eventually just go on, eventually. 13 power plants shut. Discos reject 8,733.39 megawatts in 1 week. Page 33 of the Punch newspaper.
So we are doing better.
We are.
Constitutional review unstoppable. Senate tells northern elders. That's on page 23 of the Nigerian Tribune.
That's a good one right there. It's a very good one. Very, very good one. All right. Resident doctors begin strike today. Rule order health workers. That's on page 46 of the Punch newspaper.
It have to come to that. Bandits attack 5 Kaduna local government areas, kidnap, kill residents, and also Southern Kaduna crisis. Miyetti Allah bans minors from grazing cattle. Resolves to make peace with neighbors. Page 29 and page 30.
So where did that killing happen?
You need them to conclusions.
All right. It's okay. I just feel for the residents of that location. It can be trying sometimes. You just wake up every morning where someone has been killed. It might look distant to us that are far away, but exactly. How can you be living in the environment and not feel safe? In your own, well, Edo decides 2020 why I am supporting Ize Iyamu against Obaseki Okumbo. That's on page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
Oshomole led NWC sacked to end internal crisis. APC tells court. That's on page 24 of Nigerian Tribune.
And you also have APC steering controversy to shift governorship poll, page 8 of the Punch newspaper. Also on the Edo decides, you have Clark decries character assassination, calls for restraint. That's also page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
Welfare subsidy act to go, that's coming from the presidency. And fuel price hike illegal, Nigeria on autopilot, says Falano. And NAMS mobilizes for showdown with federal government. This is on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Dead party will surprise Tinubu on October 10, vows PDP. That's on page 13 of the Punch newspaper.
Now coming from the Highway Tola this morning, affair that's talking about the legal luminary affair wants federal government to use $186 billion earmarked for school feeding to fund public universities, and also kicks against pen price reopening of schools.
Because that's school feeding thing, it does scale like, but I don't think it came to Ibadan anyway, so maybe you came, I'm not sure they did in your state, so there's probably no way one would have been able to check. But then of course, if they say they spent an amount, is their word against
and money keeps developing wings, school feeding.
Well, federal government to reposition economy with 2.3 trillion naira, says Additional. That's the media aide to Mr. President, Mr. Femi Additional, saying that the federal government will be spending 2.3 trillion naira to reposition the economy. Okay, that's on page 8 of the Punch newspaper too.
And AIB is set to acquire drones for investigation of crashes. Page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune.
The Kaduna story is also where gunmen kill 3, kidnaps scores in Kaduna community. And we have NLC tackles Rivers over alleged plan to scuttle protests. That's on page 13 of the Punch newspaper.
CBN freezes accounts of 38 farms over forex infraction. Why the big hammer goes?
They carried dollar or they did not submit it. That means they made dollars and somebody did not remit money. Right, let's see if we can get more headlines before we go to sports today. Okay, let me see. Okay, Naira set to gain as CBN resumes forex sales. That's on the business and economy page of the Punch newspaper, page 36 precisely. And you have knocks for federal government over petrol price electricity tariff hike. That's on page 36 of the Punch newspaper. And you have FRC moves to finalize audit regulation. NIMASA revealing cost of carrying Nigerian crude. Okay, and some more airlines, international airlines, will be joining the list in Nigeria after we've reopened our international airports. Ethiopian Airlines is a flight to Nigeria. Okay, so that's on the business and economy page of the Punch newspaper, page 36 precisely.
Now some political stories. In the 2020, you're a daydreamer, PDP tells Tinubu. We must end impunity in Ekiti PDP to win in 2022 poll, says Oluyole. And politics over, time to deliver governance. Governor Bello assures citizens. And from Oyo State, Landlord may dump ADC as new party escorts emerge. And new escorts are found Oluyole, Lakojo, Sumono as a party leaders. There was a meeting that Chief Oluyole president yesterday where members of the ADC affirmed their confidence in the Sheyi administration. That was reported on BCS News yesterday. Also, a group by APC members petition caretaker committee over added imposition as crisis rocks party over Bayelsa senatorial by-elections. And Kuku was never indicted by presidential panel, says APC chieftain. Studies from the political pages of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
All right, now we're going straight to sports. Page 47 of the Punch newspaper, the sports page. Ex-teammates paid tributes to late Ajibade Babalade. And we have Djokovic out of US Open after eating Lion George. Sorry. Sorry. That's the end. Okay. And it was tipped as first seed to win. But, sometimes it happens for someone else to win. NTTF appoints Adetayo new technical director, and they have Osime must keep working harder, says Gattuso. Reactions as federal government okays NPFL return without fans. And we have Eagle Star Simon donates boreholes to Benin community. Quadri leads Saleh Mesherev to Liberha 2020 World Cup. That's on page 47 of the Punch newspaper.
CAF dismayed over Egypt's missing trophies. Sports Ministry joins pool. And Arsenal's love story at the Wembley. Babalade, a kind-hearted landlord, and that's coming from his tenants.
Yeah.
Sports page of the Nigerian Tribune.
Yeah. May so rest in peace. Time check 6:53 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. It's conversation with Dayo and Tola, and of course you're listening to Oluyole 98.5 FM. We'll go straight to the meat of the news. COVID-19 pandemic. Expert warn of massive surge as Nigerians abandon face masks. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Nigerians are abandoning the use of face masks and other safety protocols as rates of COVID-19 infections are declining in the country. Findings by the Punch have revealed, but the Nigerian Medical Association and virologists told the Punch on Sunday that with lax adherence to safety protocols, Nigeria could witness another coronavirus surge as schools prepared for full resumption. They also warned that with resumption of international flights, failure to abide by COVID-19 protocols could trigger more cases of the deadly virus. The Punch correspondents who monitored adherence to COVID-19 protocols in states reported that face masks had been abandoned, except in banks where customers were forced to use them. In Zamfara State, the correspondents observed that people stopped wearing face masks 2 months ago. Following the pronouncement of the state governor Bello Matawale that Zamfara State is coronavirus free. It's not their fault. An engineer at the State Ministry of Education, Aliyu Abdulaziz, in an interview with the Punch said, I stopped wearing face mask when the state government announced that there was no coronavirus in Zamfara. Another person, Malam Aminu Dunia, said, the disease is no more here, so why should I suffer myself wearing a face mask? Expect more COVID-19 troubles. Tomori, a virologist and former president of the Nigerian Academy of Science, Professor Oluyole Tomori, in an interview with the Punch, warned that Nigeria might witness massive second surge of COVID-19 with schools and airports reopening. He said Nigerians should expect more COVID-19 troubles. He attributed the drop in confirmed cases to the reduction in the number of tests being conducted. And you have supporters not wearing face masks, observing social distances at Edo Ondo governorship campaigns. NMA president, the president of the NMA, Professor Innocent Ija, in a chat with the Punch said the disregard for the use of face masks might increase COVID-19 cases in the country. He said, quote, people have not been wearing face masks like when the pandemic started. This is as a result of lack of communication and orientation from the appropriate quarters. Look at what is happening in the governorship election campaigns in Edo and Ondo states. People are not wearing face masks and there is no social distance. Can there be social distancing in campaign? Rally, actually. You either don't do rally at all. But I think face mask is quite possible.
Actually, what I personally observed is the fact that the task force on COVID COVID-19. I mean, the presidential task force now. When we started recording a decline in the number of cases, it seems as if they became less meticulous about the warnings, about letting people know that it is not yet who. The body language, especially last week of the task force, is that the other Nigerian would assume that COVID-19 is gone. And that's why a lot of people are now letting down their guard. And you wonder where these assurances are coming from. That the worst is over, and people are actually beginning to even with this influx, the flights are resumed, and people are coming in from countries, the UK, China, and
but is it yet Uhuru?
That's the big question.
We don't have the vaccine. We're not Russia. We don't have the vaccine yet. Because until you have that at hand, I think it would be wrong to declare that anywhere is free.
And then it's the pity of not winding down too soon. The winding down should be gradual.
I believe so too. Well, we'll see how that goes. But then, of course, please, you, our listeners, COVID-19 has not gone. Stay safe. Ensure you are following the necessary safety precautions. Take one more story.
Well, from COVID-19, our federal government spent 30.5 billion in 4 months. The federal government disclosed that it received 36.3 billion as donations to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, and so far it has spent 30.5 billion naira, leaving a balance of 5.9 billion naira. The Accountant General of the Federation, Mr. Ahmed Idris, stated this in response to the Freedom of Information FY request dated August 10, sent to him by the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project setup and the Connected Development Code (CODE). The Accountability Campaign set up and code in a statement on Sunday quoted the figures said to be from official quarters. The group said they tabled a FY request demanding the specifics of the donations and spendings. According to them, documents from the federal authorities responding to the request provided the figures but not the details as demanded. Now, the group also saying, however, we also note that the documents sent to us do not contain other significant details as indicated in our FY request dated August 10, including details and breakdown of the number of Nigerians who directly or indirectly benefited from the spending and details on plans to spend the balance of 5.9 billion naira in the COVID-19 eradication support account. They also went on to say it is refreshing to know that 115 ordinary Nigerians donated between 1 naira and 100 naira to support the authorities' efforts to fight COVID-19, despite the fact that it is the country's poorest and most disadvantaged sectors of the population that continue to bear the brunt of the pandemic. Our federal government spent 30.5 billion in 4 months on COVID-19.
Well, while we await the breakdown fully, what exactly was spent on, I think the action taken by SERP and Code is very, very much welcome.
Well, in essence, the government is telling us that almost all the money received as donations to mitigate or fight COVID-19 was spent. And if the money had been more than that, it would still have been the same story. Now, I would want to stand with SERP and the Connected Development Agency group. Let the government provide more comprehensive detail on how this money was spent. I mean, details and breakdown of the number of Nigerians who benefited, as SERP said, directly or indirectly from these spendings. And the funds expended also cover the very controversial issue of palliatives given to the so-called poorest of the poor, an exercise which was fraught with many reported irregularities, and also Nigerians across the country denying ever receiving those palliatives or relief funds from the federal government. Then what about the matter of hazard allowance for health workers? At least that big amount in donations ought to have brought some relief as to whatever pressure the payment of these allowances would put on the government's purse. Now, resident doctors are beginning a strike action today, despite the government's assurances that these issues that have to do with their demands and grievances have been addressed. Remember, quite a number of them have to pay the supreme price in the line of duty. So I said there should be a comprehensive audit to account and look into how COVID-19 funds were spent.
Well, like I said earlier, we are wait them giving us so that we won't look like one is judging them ahead of time. Let's wait for the breakdown. What exactly did you spend this money on? People contributed. I mean, it was written there that over 100 people gave between 1 naira and 100 naira. These are people who have nothing, but they still made sure that they dropped their widow's mites to ensure that they fight COVID-19. These people deserve to know. We deserve to know what that money was spent for. We await the response of the PTF. We will not jump the gun. We await. And if they don't, of course, we'll come back and say that we are yet to hear from them. But a good one from Serap, right there. 30.5 billion naira in 4 months. That's no joke.
The government is also saying that the PTF spent 22 billion naira and 36 states spent 7 billion naira to support their COVID-19 initiatives.
Okay.
They also talk about the Nigerian Air Force spending 877 million naira for deployment of assets in support of COVID-19.
At the risk of playing the devil's advocate, it was the Nigerian Air Force that was actually moving them around. Flights were shut down, airports were shut down. So if you have to move as a government official, it was the Nigerian Air Force, except for the Naira Marley saga. But if governments politically exposed persons had to move, it was the Nigerian Air Force that was moving them, including the PTF when they were going around. And not only the PTF, one person that had to be moved around consistently was the DG of NCDC. He was, he had to move around the country. He was Air Force, Nigerian Air Force. That had to be explained. So for those who might be wondering what is Air Force using, they were the official transport guys. Exactly. So should they have spent that much? I don't know, but I can. What I know is that they were the ones doing the yeoman's job, and they definitely would have spent some money, foiling their aircraft.
So the Nigerian police also spent 500 million on personal protective equipment.
Assistant Commissioner of Police died though. Is there assistant deputy now in Edo State?
A lot of Iran council actually complained about the lack of this.
I can count how many policemen I see. In fact, they don't even wear face mask again. I mean, the security agents, they don't, so maybe, probably they gave them the money and they didn't take it.
Or maybe they gave them the money and some people didn't spend it on what it was supposed to be spent.
It's almost the same thing. It was approved, but or maybe they gave the guy, they said they didn't need it. Maybe. We're prepared to foil terrorist attack on FCT DHQ, that's the Defense Headquarters. This story is on page 18 of the Punch newspaper. The security agencies have been placed on red alert following reports that the Boko Haram insurgents were plotting to attack Abuja, the nation's capital. The Defense Headquarters explained that the armed forces and other security agencies would ensure effective surveillance of the Federal Capital Territory and other states of the country. A security report from the Nigerian Customs Service had indicated that members of the Boko Haram terrorist group have flooded the FCT and were planning to carry out coordinated attacks on 5 identified locations. The service listed the Kunyam Bush along Airport Road off DIA Staff Quarters Abuja, Robochi and Gwagwalada Forest, Kwaku Forest, Kuje, Abuja, Unaisha Forest in the total local government of Nasarawa State, and Gigu Forest close to Idu Town in Kogi State as some of the areas where the terrorists reportedly set up their camps. But the coordinator of Defense Media Operation, Major General John Enenje, in a statement on Sunday assured Nigerians that preventive and preemptive intelligence was ongoing to thwart the plot. The statement, titled Security Alert, Defense Headquarters assured residents of FCT and adjoining states of safety, read partly, quote, the armed forces of Nigeria working together with other security and response agencies, particularly the core intelligence agencies, hereby assure the general public that preventive and preemptive intelligence is ongoing. The general public is thus advised to go about their lawful businesses undeterred. End of quote. We are prepared to foil terrorist attack on FCT, says Defense Headquarters. Page 18 of the Punch newspaper.
Well, if they know where they are, why not take the fight to them before the victims? I suppose the strategies are waiting for them to make a move first. Unless perhaps there is a covert response to recent intelligence reports, this plus of Boko Haram and some international terrorist organizations extending their tentacles to other parts of Nigeria beyond the northeast theater of conflict. I would say the government does seem to be handling these issues with kid gloves. Like I said, perhaps the response of the government and security agencies is being kept under wraps so as not to compromise the operational response strategies. But I would honestly say the public need a robust assurance across the country that they are safe. I would also state that what I would describe as the big COVID-19 distraction has actually allowed the existing terror cells in the country to spread their wings. Now, also, as we gradually pull out of COVID-19, it will seem like our underbelly has been exposed, and the terrorists may want to take advantage of the existing vulnerability at this time. So, like I said, they actually mentioned what looked like addresses.
Specific locations.
And if they are there and intelligence and gathering is ongoing, we should take the fight to them. But let's assume there may be some laxity as to how they were able to move across the country to those places in Abuja in the first instance, and they were not stopped. But if we have reports that they are there and we have addresses, why not move against them?
Well, Tola, I might want to approach it in a different manner and hear my fears. There is an agency, even in the Nigerian Army, that handles intelligence. It's called the DMI,
Directorate of Military Intelligence.
And we have the DSS, at least. We know there's DSS. They regularly invite some people when something's happened. My challenge is, how come it is customs that is releasing or circulating such a memo amongst their colleagues? It begs for an answer, really. We should be worried.
Not even immigration guys, because we might be thinking from the perspective of maybe these people are foreigners, and that's why immigration is talking. But customs.
I was worried. I said, see, this memo carries Nigerian Customs Service. The Nigerian Army is not sharing it amongst their guys. How come it's customs that is telling us this? I'm not saying they should not. I'm saying, has things gone so bad that, okay, well, it's like the guy of customs saying, see, if they are not doing the right thing, my boys, please don't go to so. That's what I read there, like travel advisory. Do not go to so places, so be careful. This is what we know.
Well, or perhaps where it could involve the customs. This movement of terrorists across the country, coming into the country and spreading across the country, they won't be moving alone. They will be moving with a massive catch of arms. Arms will be accompanying.
So the customs might have traced some things that entered to those locations.
And linking them to the terrorists. Definitely, they will be coming with arms. Definitely,
no doubt. I mean, if they are planning to attack, but I think if these locations are locked down, what's stopping the Nigerian Army, the Air Force, the combined, security joint task force reaching out to those places and routing them out? If you know where they are, this is not Sambisa Bush.
I know why you will also be worried again. The DHQ and the police, they are neither confirming nor denying.
Tola, they have confirmed this one. They have confirmed this one.
So we got investigation.
Exactly. There was a press release. There was a press release that, don't worry, we are on top of the matter. That means it is true. The number was signed and whatever. Now.
So we assume there is no denial.
They've confirmed it. There's no. This one is straightforward. For you to gather people and address the press, address everybody to tell you, don't worry, calm down, we're on top of it. It means whatever statement the custom circulated amongst themselves, it means it's true. They know that this is actually happening. I think the best way to assure people is for us to read in the news that a joint task force went to those places, at least 1 or 2 places, and routed them. That is the only way that people can be happy. Imagine people living in those locations. There are human beings living there now. Airport Road to Abuja. People live there.
I mean, just like Abuja now, need their intelligence reports in other parts of the country too. Other states always have intelligence reports in Okiogu. The presence of ISIS.
The only way you can keep people, tell them to calm down, is that they see action. Not that you stay inside Abuja and say, don't worry, they cannot enter. Some people living near where they live. Time check 7:11 a.m. destination. Time 7:30 a.m. We open the phone lines now for you to join the conversation. Don't forget, money spraying at Buhari daughter's wedding sparks debate. Have you joined the debate on Twitter? It's really trending. Aside maybe Nigeria, that wedding trended for like 48 hours when people started sharing that video and all that. What's your opinion? Should there even be a party?
No social distancing.
And somebody quoted during the debate, I was challenging somebody be happy for them now. Bad belly, just trying to somebody's daughter got married, be happy for them. I said no, there's a section in the constitution that says you should not spray money, but Tola, you join. The phone line is open. 055009850. Happy married life, Anan.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
I'm from Ebola.
Nice to have you, sir.
We thank you for the adequate information every day. On the spraying of money by Buhari's daughter, that is Nigeria. That is where we are taking us to the next level. But when some people are dying, they are spending money mercilessly in the party. Only God will save this country. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you so much, Chief Adeoye. The phone line is still open. 08055009850. That's the number to join the conversation.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Bayo and Tola.
Good morning, sir.
How was your weekend?
Oh, very fine. Thank you so much, sir.
The Lord bless you for the daily promise to do to us and this program.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
This is Bayo from the
Nice to have you, sir.
On the issue of security, we cannot continue to talk about it because no life, no any other thing. I would want to wonder if there is anybody in charge as far as security in Nigeria is concerned. We say this in pressure and they say they are on top of the situation, on top of the and these people are killing people on a daily basis. Well, you look at the case of Kaduna is doing. Incessant killing. In the normal society, in a state of emergency, also they declared. The president, the governor of Kaduna State, are you doing the right thing? May God save us in Nigeria.
All right.
Lastly, we are eager to see His Excellency Governor Shema today to come to Tola to come and commission laudable projects like the renovation of the dilapidated hospital and others.
Okay.
Please, we will continue to make this call, this time call. Come over to Tola and help us. Come over to Kaduna and help us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm sure we'll be there when they complete the renovation. All right. We're due for commercial break. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
So I don't like jollof rice, fried rice, pounded yam, egusi,
rice and stew, jollof rice. Thank you. All this plenty kind food one they call so. Now what thing we go chop for the naming?
Yes, one.
See, enjoy.
Maybe small.
You see, mama baby. You see your food. Now so we get different kind of child-birth spacing methods. So child-birth spacing go make your belly sweet well and your body too, it go tanda gidigba. Anyone wey you choose good for body and you go fit trust am.
Auntie Nurse, my jasper don dey talk about am o, but me I dey fear.
See, no culture or religion wey no dey support anything wey go make life better. Make you and your jasper come when una ready. I go dey wait for una o.
Okay.
No forget say anyone wey you choose for childbirth spacing matter dey safe and you fit trust am. Oya waka go any health center wey get the green dot logo to get full informate on childbirth spacing services. This message na the Federal Ministry of Health and support from American people carry am come.
Alright, so glad to know you're there. It's the conversation with Dayo and Tola coming to you live from Oluyole 98.5 FM. If you're just tuning in, I am Oladayo Ogunbowale.
Tola Teriba.
Today is International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies. International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies. And the theme for this year is preventing and reducing air population to improve air quality globally. Preventing and reducing air pollution to improve air quality globally. We go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
On the line.
Nice to have you, sir.
I want to commend the question of the arrested for the what do they call it? I mean, when they are doing more patrol in the whole of the state, it's commendable. The operational patrol, so it's commendable. And as for the security at national level, is giving us a lot of concern. We much believe that this is a very recurrent challenge we are facing. As such, federal government supposed to declare a state of emergency on insecurity, especially on the Boko Haram. Every day we get to know that they are killing many of our soldiers, and it's not so good. But in order to forestall this thing, they should declare a state of emergency. And there's one thing with Nigeria. Anytime there's a problem in the West Africa, we all take our soldiers there and solve the problem for them. But when Nigeria has problems, nobody will come to us for help. The West African countries are there looking at Nigeria. When they have problem in Mali, Nigeria is the first one there. They should come to our own ways. We are brothers and partners and we are stakeholders. Alaji Ayelabu from Alate.
Thank you so much, Alaji Ayelabu. Let me go jump to Twitter. Aladiola at Ladiola007 is asking PTF to give the breakdown of 30.5 billion naira claimed to have been spent on COVID-19 is a waste of time. Why? They say, I fear someone will collapse like the NCDC case. Good morning. Let them collapse first. It's not wrong to ask. Olakole Don at Olakole_Don said, NLC want to lock down Nigeria by protest. I hope they won't be shot down by bullets. Tolerance and tyrant must be defined. Well, your opinion. Lawyers who defend the man that blaspheme Allah is a sinner. What about the one who defend terrorists who has killed thousands? They are doing their job, but they are just lawyers. Dairo Ajibade at Ajibade_Dairo on Twitter saying, good morning, this government seems not to have been faced with the incessant increase, especially this odd time. May God help us. Thank you, Mr. Dairo Ajibade. Go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Aruna.
This is Aruna from Odoro, Mr. Dianchi. How was the night, sir?
Very fine, thank you so much.
I want to say something on the issue of nose mask.
Okay.
You see, in Nigeria, we don't know. Thank God that this thing is not starting in Nigeria. I mean, the COVID-19 of it. Because if we are hearing that we should be using nose mask, they should also be giving us the figure that at least rapidly this thing is moving out of Nigeria or out of the world. I just want to also urge that we should at least be using our nose mask. God will bless us. Thank you very much, Mr. Bianchi.
Thank you so much. Aruna from Bomosho. Facebook is loaded. Otumba Fadi Adeolu Cornelius saying, good morning, DNT. Maize scarcity has been the major threat to poultry business, but very unfortunate our government felt unconcerned with this erratic rainfall. Food shortage is imminent. Federal government should do the needful to avert it. Fadi Adeolu from Okaka. Thank you so much. Adewale Sahid Adebayo say, good morning, have a wonderful week. You're doing well. God bless you. Thank you. Abolade Johnson Olaliko. Good morning, Mr. Dayan Tola. Congratulations to our president on his daughter's wedding. We are pleading to the federal government to reduce the petroleum price. Oh, I've read it the way you wrote it. Adeoti Kole S. Saying, good morning, Mr. Dayan Tola. Wish you a blessed week. Prepare to curb terror attack from Nigerian army every day. Promises by the federal government to take Nigeria to the next level. Promises to revamp our economy. Promises of taking Nigeria to greatness, among others, are empty. Wow. Propaganda and unnecessary apojaturas. I wish I know what that means. Maybe it's time to convert Yoruba to English. The federal government should stop confusing the people. Increasing fuel, electricity, VAT tariff is illegal and a failure of the federal government. Adeoti Kunle S from Isei. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Adia.
This is Adia Agbamojo, calling from Ado Promotion.
Nice to have you, ma.
Kudos to my governor, Engineer Shimakide, my personal person. But the one that is going at Stadium Road to Lausec, the construction of road. Please, I want to appeal to Engineer Shimakide that he should instruct the contractor that they should be fast on the road, because it has affect our shop. My shop is an old shop that they big gutter in front, and they pack the sand in front of us. So we are not able to enter our shop to make our sales. So they should make it fast to not affect us. That's where we are any money from living. Please, Engineer Shimakide, thank you for the good work. Continue with good work. God will continue to be with you and your family. We appreciate you.
Thank you so
let the work be fast. Please, federal government, reduce the price of the fuel. Biko,
Thank you so much, Ajay. Bolale Areo on Facebook. Good morning, guys. Well done. May God continue to uphold you. Have a nice day. Abidemi Adekunle says we're doing well. Thank you. Akintola Jide. Good morning, dear. And say all what we're asking Buhari is to revert Nigeria to how it was when he got into power. We are tired about this type of change with hardship. His daughter's wedding explains why Nigeria keep borrowing. Mr. Jide, we know you are angry, but sorry. Dr. Jide Akintola from Ogumosho. I hope that is not an ASU way of reading. Dr. Akintola, we understand. Thank you. Back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Hello, Dr. Papa.
Nice to have you, sir.
This is always like a different so that you can be enjoying. You are enjoying the opportunity.
Okay, sir.
The audition of the president, this FCC man, and the Attorney General. For me, just this FCC man was just a victim of circumstances. The president and acknowledge that this man has been given about 800 billion from looters. And billions of property. Some people want to be buying this property at cheaper rate. And it has also acknowledged that the man doesn't collect money. You pay to send CPN. Don't you stop that what this man is using. So we are breaking our patriotic Nigerians. We can have national interest like this. But we can have it. But we don't want to want that man out. That's where the people need to do that. And the Commonwealth was able to share. They want to do the same thing now. But when we are taking they are the same thing. Yes, it is the right word. They are the same thing. It's very unfortunate that Mr. President Katina program has been defeated by his own people. His own cabinet, what they call the Christian cabinet, it has been defeated by them. It's not safe Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Mr. Falado, from Kumapayolo. The Timilayi Blessing on Facebook said, good morning, Mr. Deputy. We know that the federal government are trying their best on security, but they help us to put more effort. Civilians are dying every day. Fatoki Kende Samson says, good morning. When you tender 1,000 naira for a good of 900 naira, what sort of change are you entitled to? I beseech the government to deliver the good brought along with the change. We want gains, not short changing. That sounds poetic. Matthew Olale says, good morning, Mr. Tola. You're well done. Yes, so from below. We'll be closing ending of the program pretty much earlier today. So let's take one or two more calls.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tola.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Mazi Wanko.
I'm Mr. Wanko from Okade.
Nice to have you, sir.
Concerning the issue of this subsidy or not, Nigerians in particular, we need to write a letter of apology to our former president, Jonathan. Because what this president sit down and see on the top of Oluyole, we did not see. It's now that we are saying it. We need to apologize to that man. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Mazi. Rock Oluyole said, good morning, Tola. As regards money spraying on president daughter wedding, can a mere man daughter do such without not going to court? It is well with this country. Don't try it though. We catch you. Please don't. Taufik Akim Banuso is saying good morning. Christian Bola Audio is also here. Good morning, Mr. Tola. Kudos to you, sir. We should continue to remind the president Buhari during his campaign. He promised Nigerians good governance. Let's take the last call. We have to.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Reverend.
Yes, Reverend Babakode is talking from Lalate.
Nice to have you, sir.
Now, on behalf of all Nigerians, we are appealing to the resident doctors not to go on strike because of the health of our people. Then, secondly, the professor that said that COVID-19 will also surface or occur in Nigeria again because of the fact that people are not using mask again. I want to say that God will not answer that prayer.
Okay.
Yes, because COVID-19 has done a lot of havoc in Nigeria, and we don't want it again. Our prayer is that God will not allow it. But people, let us use our nose mask.
That's the key thing. Thank you so much. The brother was not praying, he was just stating the obvious. The second wave is already happening across the world. We just need to be careful. That's the shoot for today. Till tomorrow we come your way again. I remain Oladayo Ogunbowale.
And I'm Tola Teriba.
Have a wonderful day. Conversation.
Na for ATM stand the thing happen o. So this stranger collect my ATM card say he wan help me. As he turn sneeze, I say he don quick change my card.
Baba, oya type your PIN.
And as I dey type am, I no know say he dey watch me. Na so my correct PIN no work with the fake card wey he give me o.
You know wetin go happen? Go explain, give that security. I go wait here for you, no worry.
Before I return, the stranger don waka. Na so money for my account also start to dey waka o.
My people, abeg no gree make any stranger around ATM help you o. If you need help, ask the ATM security people wey wear uniform. Stanbic IBTC, it can be.
Mikolo, my engine sounds like brand new. Is it not the same Mobile Super 1000 you used to service it? Not the same Mobile Super 1000, but levels don't change. Yes! Mobile Super 1000 XHP is now improved to meet the highest standard of quality APISN. So, whether you buy Mobile Super 1000 XHP, Mobile Super 2000 semi-synthetic, or even the new fully synthetic Mobile Super 3000, you will guarantee the APISN perfection in every drop.
Make it mobile. Oh yeah!
Yes, ITEL is giving away lots of amazing prizes in the ITEL Buy and Win promo. Buy any of the ITEL P36, S15, and A56 series smartphones, and you stand a chance of winning great prizes like smart TVs, washing machines, air conditioners, generators, and lots more. There's more. You also get an instant gift with every ITEL P36 smartphone you buy. Promo runs from the 10th of August to the 26th of September 2020. Terms and conditions apply. ITEL. Join. Enjoy.
kí lè náà.
ọmọ má bà tẹlifíṣàn yẹn jẹ́ kí ló dé gan-an.
ó ṣèlérí ìdíje bọ́ọ̀lù aláfẹsẹ̀gbá tó dùn kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn líìgì kéékèèké tí ó dùn rárá náà ń ṣàfihàn rẹ̀.
ṣé Premier League, La Liga, Serie A ló fẹ́ wò.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kẹ́.
kí wàá ló dé tó ń dara rẹ̀ láàmú nígbà tí GoTV ní gbogbo àwọn líìgì tó dùn pé mẹ́rin yìí.
kí ló tọ́.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kẹ́ bọ́ọ̀lù aláfẹsẹ̀gbá tó dùn tó dé bẹ́ẹ̀ ló wà lórí GoTV.
kúrò lọ́nà kẹ́mi náà lọ ra GoTV tèmi.
ní sáà ìdíje bọ́ọ̀lù aláfẹsẹ̀gbá yìí tára ṣẹ̀ṣà lọ ra decoder GoTV fún ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́sàn-án-lé-lọ́gọ́rùn-ún márùn-ún náírà tó tún wá pẹ̀lú àkókò ìwòran ìpele GoTV Max tí ẹ tún máa gbádùn bọ́ọ̀lù aláfẹsẹ̀gbá tó débẹ̀ lórí ìkànnì Super Sport wa GoTV gbé ìgbé ayé ẹ̀.
Good morning, Ibadan. Good morning, Oyo State. Good morning, Nigeria. Time check at 7:30 a.m. And you already know that it's sport time right here on Oluyole at 98.5 FM. The trailblazer, the pride of the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the best sport show on radio. It's Sported Beat on the numero uno. My name is Boluwaji Ogumona, and of course, I'm here to bring you all the news that you can use in the beautiful world of sports. I bring you the latest, the hottest, and of course, the juiciest news that you can only get on this radio. Don't forget, exclusive interview. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in for an interesting time, and we had a lot of sporting actions across the globe over the weekend. From the local scene, I've got juicy stories for you, and of course, over there in Europe, talking about the European Nations League. A lot of games played at the weekend, and also last night, I will bring you results of all those games played yesterday in the European UEFA Nations League. Yes, what's going on in the United States? Flushing Meadows, to be precise, talking about the US Open. Yes, something happened yesterday to Novak Djokovic. In case you've not heard, I'll be telling you on the show this lovely morning, as well as the NBA playoffs. Yes, I've got results for you as regards games played in the early hours of today. And a very quick one on Friday, Lionel Andres Messi made a U-turn as far as his career at FC Barcelona is concerned. Don't forget, last week Tuesday he came out to state categorically that he wants to leave FC Barcelona, but after several pleas, he came out on Friday to confirm that he will remain at FC Barcelona. Although he's not a very happy man staying at Barcelona, but because he doesn't want to engage Barcelona in any trials or war of charging them to court, he has decided to stay put at FC Barcelona. What do you make of Lionel Messi's U-turn? 080-500-950 090-250-38006 is the number to get across and discuss Lionel Messi's U-turn on Sported Beat this lovely morning. What do you make of his U-turn? And of course, staying back at FC Barcelona. Some people believe that he has lost his integrity. Some believe that he shouldn't have stayed over there. Some felt that he should have actually stood down. What do you think about Lionel Andres Messi? Let's kickstart the show with that this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's the name and where are you coming from?
This is Haruna from Odoro.
To have you back. How was the weekend?
Yes, Oluyole, good morning this morning.
Good morning. Let's talk about Lionel Messi.
On the issue of Lionel Messi.
Yes.
As you rightly said just now that Barcelona generally, they will not trust him again. So I would just advise him to just, if he's still with them, by June or June next year, it's going to be a free something for every club that is interested in signing him.
Yeah.
So I think he's related to the team, and then he shouldn't be an ingrate to the team. A team that he has already spent like 20 years.
Yes.
So what if he's leaving is a very good idea. If he's still with them, just spend a year and just leave by next year.
Thank you very much, Karina. Yes, for being a part of the show. My phone line is still open. This lovely morning. All right, but before that, let's pick one or two stories from the local scene. As the Sport Ministry says that the country's professional football league will not resume until clubs adhere strictly with all the club licensing regulations and ensure COVID-19 protocols are correctly put in place. Professional football has been halted since the 18th of March, but the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 gave the green light last Thursday for the return of the sport and other non-contact sports under strict guidelines. Matches are to be played behind closed doors in compliance with COVID-19 protocols under the supervision of the Sport Ministry and the NCDC. Well, in a statement signed by its permanent secretary, Mr. Gabriel Aduda, the Sport Ministry, while commending President Muhammad Buhari and the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 for reopening football and team sport, said it will ensure full compliance with the guidelines before football can return in the country. Very, very important. The ministry warned that no football will take place without clubs fulfilling all licensing regulations and tasked the NFF with ensuring the clubs are duly informed about the meeting with their obligations. The ministry shall ensure full compliance with all necessary guidelines. That's a good one coming from the ministry. Let's hope that all the clubs will cooperate with them. And I'm moving on this morning. Nigerian forward Emmanuel Dennis has been nominated for Club Rouge's August Player of the Month award. Well, Club Rouge made the announcement yesterday on the verified Twitter handle. Dennis is included in a 5-man shortlist following his impressive performance last month. Other players shortlisted for the award are former Liverpool goalkeeper Simon Mignolet, Crepin Diatta, Hans Hanaken, and Yusuf Habaji. Fans of the Jupiler League giants are expected to vote for their most outstanding player in the month in review, which Dennis Oldverbes, who had a very, very fantastic month of August. Away from that, let's come back to the continent of Africa, where Confederation of African Football CAF has expressed shock after reports that the AFCON trophy is missing. Alright, before I move on that story, let's hear from this caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's the name and where are you calling from?
Yes, this Prince David calling from Ogbomoso.
Prince David, good to have you from Ogbomoso this morning. Let's talk about the message you turn.
Yes, honestly, what the issue he has taken is a very good one indeed. It is better for him to leave as a free agent rather than to involve himself in a clash with his club. That's the best decision. Just to leave on a free transfer next season. And I wish him best of luck.
Alright, thank you very much, Prince, for the part of Sports Beats this lovely morning. Alright, moving on to talking about the Confederation of African Football, who have expressed shock after reports that the AFCON trophy is missing from the Egyptian Football Association headquarters in Cairo, Egypt on Friday. Former EFA Vice President Ahmed Shobia claimed that the AFCON trophy cannot be found. The Pharaohs won the AFCON title in 3 consecutive editions in 2006, 2008 and 2010, hence awarded the trophy for keeps. However, the silverware that was achieved under the guidance of legendary coach Hassan Shahata has seemingly been stolen a decade on. Well, and reacting to the development, CAF has stated that they will render support to the EFA to recover the missing trophy. CAF, according to them, and I quote, CAF has learnt that the shock report of missing AFCON trophies from the Egyptian FA Association Secretariat. Our doors are open and the EFA can count on our support in the search for the priceless memorabilia. Well, another caller is here this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Isaac Agbola from Ogbomoso.
Isaac Agbola, let's talk. Lionel Messi.
Yeah, it is good. You don't want to go and use it. You know, he fed in this. Yeah. So what it is good?
Oh, it's very good. All right, thank you very much, Isaac, for being a part of the show. Moving on to the world of table tennis, where Nigerian Aludo Kodri has been shortlisted to represent Africa at the Lebron 2020 International Table Tennis Federation World Cup in China. The event is scheduled to hold from November 13th to 15th is expected to usher in the restart of the ITTF competitions after several months of inactivity due to COVID-19. Kodri has been listed alongside African Cup champions champion Egypt Ahmed Salah and the pair competing in the men's event, while African Cup women's champion Ghana Egypt is the sole African representative in the Women's World Cup. Quadri was selected based on the world ranking. He is Africa's highest ranked player in the world. He's actually the 20th best player in the world. World number 20. He will be competing in his third consecutive World Cup, and he is the first African to reach the quarterfinals of the competition, following his exploit at the 2014 edition in Düsseldorf over there in Germany. The men's star-studded field matches, the likes of China's Ma Long, who is considered by many as the greatest table tennis player of all time. Long is joined by world number 1 Fan Zhendong of China, who lifted the 2019 Men's World Cup in Shenzhou, as well as a number of other top Asian players. Still talking about table tennis this morning, and we are still on Haruna Quadri. Don't forget, I told you a few months back that he's joined a German club. Yes, the name of the club is Titi Biola. Let me inform you that Haruna Quadri played his first league game for the German club yesterday, and the world number 20 Nigerian table tennis star Haruna Quadri didn't get off to a winning start in its German table tennis Bundesliga on Sunday, as he suffered a 3-1 defeat to Kalian Ort. According to reports coming from Germany this morning, Haruna made his debut for TTC Rasensprodel yesterday and delivered a promising start, but of course he won that encounter. But of course it's very early days. In fact, it's the first game of the season, and I wish Haruna Quadri all the very best. Don't forget, during his stint in Portugal, he conquered Portugal, and he has promised to conquer Germany also. We keep our fingers crossed, and we continue to support our very own Haruna Quadri. While away from table tennis to long tennis, I'm moving straight to Flushing Meadows, where Serbian tennis star Novak Djokovic was sensationally disqualified from the US Open after hitting a line George with the ball. Djokovic, who is the top seed and the 17-time Grand Slam champion, had just dropped serve to trail Spanish opponent Carlos Serrano Busta 6-5 in the opening set of their 4th-round match at Auto Ash Stadium. He then hit a ball behind him in an annoyance that hit a female line judge. A lengthy discussion followed between tournament officials and Djokovic as he argued his case to no avail. Though Djokovic did not intend to hit the line judge, and the ball was not hit particularly hard, but it was clear immediately that the woman was hurt, with the Serbian rushing over to check on her condition. He pleaded his case at length before accepting his fate, collecting his racket and walking off the court. Djokovic won his 17th Grand Slam singles title in Australia and was an overwhelming favorite to make it 18 in New York, having not lost a match all season. Well, Djokovic's exit means there will be a new male Grand Slam champion for the first time since Martin Cilic won it at Flushing Meadows back in 2014. A player outside of Djokovic, Federer and Nadal will win a major for the first time since Stan Wawrinka won it in US Open in 2016. Well, that's the update from there, from the male category. Quick one from the female category, where former champion Naomi Osaka Howard passed Estonia's Enete Kotaviet to reach the US Open quarterfinals. Japan's Osaka, winner in 2018, failed to convert 5 match points before sealing a 6-6 for victory in New York. While in other games played, American Jennifer Brady reached her first Grand Slam quarterfinals by disposing Angela Kerber at the US Open. Well, because of my time, I need to move away from there and straight to the NBA. Talking basketball this lovely morning, where LeBron James and Anthony Davis combined for 62 points and 21 rebounds as the LA Lakers resisted a second half rally to defeat the Houston Rockets 117 to 109 and level their Western Conference semifinal at 1-all. In the other game played in the areas of today, Milwaukee's Middleton scored a game high 36 points and hit a pair
pair of free throws with 2.2 seconds left in overtime as the Bucks stabbed off elimination and delivered a 118-115 victory over the Miami Heat in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals played in the early hours of today. Well, moving straight to the world of Formula 1. To the world of Formula 1 quickly, where there was a new winner yesterday as Pierre Gasly took a stunning upset win in the Italian Grand Prix for Red Bull's Alpha Tauri team in one of the most remarkable races in the history of Formula 1. Lewis Hamilton was dominating until he was penalized for being called in for a stop when the pit lane was closed to safety cars in quick succession, mixed up the order, and Gasly took the lead after Hamilton said his penalty. Well, it was indeed an historic day to the world of Formula 1, but of course we need to move on this lovely morning to the world of football. Before that, we need to go on this commercial break, and when I return, we'll be talking football.
Oh yes! ITEL is giving away lots of amazing prizes in the ITEL Buy and Win promo! Buy any of the ITEL P36, S15 and A56 series smartphones and you stand a chance of winning great prizes like smart TVs, washing machines, air conditioners, generators, and lots more! There's more! You also get an instant gift with every ITEL P36 smartphone you buy! Promo runs from the 10th of August to the 26th of September 2020. Terms and conditions apply. ITEL. Join. Enjoy.
Welcome back to listen to Sporting Beat right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM and heading straight to Europe, talking the UEFA Nations League where Barcelona young forward Ansu Fati became Spain's youngest goal scorer in history after scoring in their 4-0 win against Ukraine yesterday in League A Group 4 of the UEFA Nations League clash played in Madrid. Fati marked his first international start with a fine effort to make it 3-0 in the 32nd minute of the encounter, and at the age of 17 years and 311 days, Fati became the youngest player to net for Spain, breaking the record that was set in 1925 by Joan Eraskin, who was 18 years and 344 days old when he struck 3 times against Switzerland. Also on target for Spain against Ukraine, Sergio Ramos, who backed the brace in the third penalty and the 29th minute, while Manchester City no signing Ferran Torres got the 4th goal in the 84th minute of the encounter. In the groups of the game, Germany recorded their 2nd draw following a 1-0 scoreline at Switzerland. City's Ike Gundogan put Germany 1-0 ahead on 14 minutes before Steven Radlam equalized for Switzerland in the 15th minute of the encounter. Spain now top the group after 2 games on 4 points, while Germany are third with 2 points. In other results, Wales defeated distant Bulgaria 1-0. Ireland lost 1-0 at home to Finland, while Slovenia defeated Moldova 1-0, and Greece defeated Kosovo by 2-1 away from home. Also, Andorra lost 1-0 at home to Faroe Island, and Malta were held 1-0 at home to Latvia. That's just a quick one as regards the UEFA Nations League and quick transfer rumors this morning, where Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has spoken with England winger Jadon Sancho, who is training about joining the club from Borussia Dortmund this summer. Well, also we're hearing for Spain that despite Gareth Bale's desire to leave Real Madrid, the club has still not received any bid for the Wales forward, with the 31-year-old reluctant to take a pay cut, putting off potential suitors. Well, that'll be all on Sported Beat this lovely Monday morning. Big thanks to everyone who's been part of today's production, and bigger thanks to you and you for listening, and of course to everyone who called in. A big thanks to you. The show returns tomorrow morning 7:30 a.m. God willing. Till then, we'll have a lovely day and stay safe.
CG the Hitmaker.
Oh yeah, 1965 that's the place to be, with the radio experience.
If you're looking for the best in news, sports and entertainment, we got everything you need and so much more. and quality information. Brighten up your day in so many ways. Tune to 98.5. 98.5 FM. Oluyole FM 98.5. Oluyole FM 98.5. 98.5 FM. Oh yeah, 98.5 FM.
With the radio experience.
If you're looking for the best in news, sports and entertainment, we got everything you need and so much more, yeah. 98.5.
It's 10 minutes before 8 on Oluyole 98.5 FM. It's time now for our commercial belt.
Malam.
Na'am uwar gida.
Ina cikin tsoro. Wai ka samu labarin cutar coronavirus kuwa?
Tabbas na samu labari, amma ai ba a kamuwa da ita. Sai ka hada jiki da wanda yake dauke da kwayar cutar, ko kuma ka je inda kwayar cutar take.
Wannan ita ce babban matsalar. Kafin ka san wanda yake dauke da ita, ai kai ma ka dauka.
Dan haka dole mu dakatar da yaduwar ta.
Ta yaya?
A kiyayi gaisawa hannu da hannu, ko taba jikin juna, ko karfan bene da hannun kofa da sauransu. Idan kuma an taba, to a wanke hannu da sabulu ko ruwa tsaftatacce wato hand sanitizer. A guji wurin cunkoson jama'a, kuma a samu da tazarar mu'amala.
Tazarar mu'amala kamar yaya?
Ka ba tazarar mita 2 tsakaninka da abokin mu'amala. Kuma abu mafi muhimmanci shine ka wanke hannunka da sabulu na tsawon dakika 20 karkashin ruwa mai gudana, musamman bayan ka taba hancinka ko kai tari ko kai atishawa ko ka je makewayi, da kuma kafin girkawa ko bayan cin abinci. Guji taba idanunka ko hanci ko baki kafin wanke hannu.
Na gode malam, har na samu nutsuwa.
Yanzu sai ki tashi ki wanke hannunki da sabulu na tsawon dakika 20 karkashin ruwa mai gudana. Wannan sako ne daga asusun tallafawa ƙananan yara na Majalisar Ɗinkin Duniya wato UNICEF.
So I don't like jollof rice, fried rice, pounded yam, egusi,
rice and stew, jollof rice. Thank you. All this plenty kind food one na dey call so. Na wetin we go chop for the naming be.
Yes, one.
See, enjoy it.
Maybe small.
You see, mama baby, the same way when we get different kind of food, now so we get different kind of child-birth spacing methods. So child-birth spacing go make your belle sweet well and your body too, e go tanda gidigba. Anyone wey you choose good for body and you go fit trust am.
Aunty nurse, na just don dey talk about am o, but me I dey fear.
See, no culture or religion wey no dey support anything wey go make life better. Make you and your Jasper come when una ready. I go dey wait for una o.
Okay. No forget say anyone wey you choose for childbirth spacing matter dey safe and you fit trust am. Oya waka go any health center wey get the green dot logo to get full informate on childbirth spacing services. This message na the Federal Ministry of Health and support from American people carry am come.
If you want big race, fuck you so fuck you now. As long as you reach out with Great Nigeria Insurance PLC, your greatness is now.
Conquer fear from losses or any form of hindrance from achieving your greatness. With a wealth of experience in insurance and financial matters, an array of life and general insurance products, motor insurance, fire and special perils, burglary, goods in transit, marine and a lot more. For further information, please call 2341-342-9161 or send an email to info@greatnigeriaplc.com. Great Nigeria Insurance PLC, for assured commitment.
Ìkéde pàtàkì rèé o látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.